The Mysterious Death of Jeff Porcaro. According to GNRCentral.com, initial news reports stated that on August 5, 1992, Jeff Porcaro, 38, died while doing yard work at his home in Hidden Hills, California. He was spraying 2 bottles of pesticide in his bug-ridden yard, and shortly afterwards he was laying on the couch complaining to his wife that he couldn't move some of his limbs. An ambulance arrived, taking the drummer to the hospital, where he died shortly afterwards. The New York Times published a piece on August 7, 1992, citing a Los Angeles coroner spokesperson claiming that Porcaro died of a heart attack was due to an allergic reaction to inhaling pesticide spray. Porcaro left behind a wife and 3 young boys, as well as his band Toto, who he co-founded with keyboardist and vocalist David Paik 2 decades prior. His band was now left with the difficult task of mourning and finding a replacement drummer. It took the band years to recover from the devastating news. Following his passing, Paik, the guitarist, and Steve Lukather initially agreed to disband the group, feeling they could no longer move on without their leader. Lukather would tell Team Rock in 2016, "Jeff was our figurehead. We were torn apart. It would be Porcaro's family who urged the band to carry on," and that they did. The band soon enlisted Los Angeles-based drummer Simon Phillips to replace Jeff Porcaro, as they knew Porcaro was a fan of Phillips, and Lukather worked with Phillips on a previous tour with Santana and Jeff Beck in Japan in 1986. Jeff Porcaro had a pretty storied career, becoming a professional musician at 17, dropping out of high school to tour with Sonny and Cher. Following a stint with the duo, he played with a wide range of artists, including Steely Dan, Boz Scaggs, Pink Floyd, Bruce Springsteen, Michael Jackson, Paul McCartney, Stevie Ray Vaughan, and John Fogerty, to name a few. His collaborations with some of the biggest names in rock happened while he was behind the kit for Toto. Porcaro is one of the most recorded drummers in history, working on hundreds of albums and thousands of sessions. Paik would reveal to himself that Jeff began as the co-leader of Toto, a band that also included Jeff's brother, keyboardist Steve Porcaro, and bassist Mike Porcaro as well. The trio were the children of famous jazz drummer Joe Porcaro, so it was no surprise that they were artistic. The group's breakthrough album happened with the 1982's Toto 4, which featured 2 of the most popular rock and roll songs of all time, including Rosanna and Africa. Rosanna is often highlighted as one of Jeff's breakthrough performances, being heavily influenced by the Led Zeppelin song Fool in the Rain. It was no surprise why he became one of the most sought-after studio musicians around this time. Paik told Modern Drummer in 1992, "He wasn't just a drummer, he was an all-around musician. I've played with a whole lot of drummers, and he's the best I've ever played with. We never had to talk much, everything was just understood. Our communication was non-verbal. It was mainly just eye contact between him and me, and he was the brother I never had." Weeks after the official news came out of Porcaro's death, the Los Angeles coroner released their official report. The cause of death had been changed. The coroner revealed that small trace amounts of coke were found in the drummer's body, and his cause of death was changed to a hardening of the arteries due to prolonged drug use. An autopsy that was done claimed that Porcaro had a serious heart problem that hadn't been diagnosed, and no trace amounts of the pesticide were found in his body. The news of his drug use angered his bandmates, who were upset at the media disrespecting his bandmate, with guitarist Steve Lukather revealing to Classic Rock it was irresponsible journalism. They found 1/100th of a microgram of coke in Jeff's blood. That's like 2 crystals on a fucking matchstick. That ain't gonna give someone a heart attack, believe me. The rest of us were doing 100 times more than that, and we all lived to tell the tale. Lukather, for his part, claimed the drummer died due to his undiagnosed heart condition and the fact that the drummer was a lifelong smoker, despite the fact no reference was made to this in the coroner's report. Those who were close to Porcaro would come out and claim that the drummer hadn't abused substances for years.